9 foods that improve blood circulation, even at 75, cardiologist-approved. Has your doctor ever mentioned the importance of circulation during your annual checkup? I remember sitting across from my friend Dorothy at her kitchen table in Sarasota, Florida. Her fingers were tingling again, and she complained about always feeling cold, even during those warm Florida afternoons. "It's just part of getting older," she sighed, stirring her tea with resignation. What Dorothy didn't realize, what many of us don't understand until we're facing more serious issues, is that poor circulation isn't just an inevitable part of aging. It's something we can actively improve, especially through what we eat every day. I'm going to share with you 9 powerful foods that can dramatically improve your blood circulation, even if you're well into your 70s or beyond. These aren't exotic ingredients you'll need to hunt down at specialty stores. They're accessible, affordable foods that cardiologists across America recommend to their patients daily. I've seen these simple additions transform lives, from my neighbor Walter, who could barely walk around the block in Minneapolis because of leg pain, to my sister-in-law Mildred in Tucson, who struggled with memory fog that was partially linked to reduced blood flow to her brain. Before we dive into these circulation-boosting foods, let me explain why this matters so much. Your circulatory system is like the highway network of your body. When these roads get congested or develop potholes, everything slows down. Nutrients and oxygen can't reach your cells efficiently. Waste products build up. Your energy levels drop. Your thinking becomes foggy. Your extremities get cold or numb, and your risk for serious health problems increases dramatically. The good news? Unlike actual highways, your blood vessels can heal, strengthen, and even grow new pathways when given the right support. What you might find surprising as we explore these foods is how quickly they can make a difference. Gerald from Phoenix told me he noticed changes within just 2 weeks of adding 3 of these foods to his daily routine. His cardiologist was amazed at the improvement in his circulation tests during his next visit. So let's get started with the first 3 circulation-boosting powerhouses that you can incorporate into your meals starting today. First up is dark leafy greens, nature's circulatory miracle workers. Beatrice, a 78-year-old retired teacher from Chicago, had been struggling with persistent cold feet and hands for years. "I just thought it was normal at my age," she told me. Her doctor suggested increasing her intake of spinach, kale, and collard greens, all rich in nitrates that your body converts to nitric oxide. This remarkable compound helps relax your blood vessels, allowing them to widen and increase blood flow throughout your body. Within a month of adding a cup of sautéed greens to her daily meals, Beatrice noticed her hands weren't constantly cold anymore. "My grandchildren don't joke about my ice fingers when we hold hands now," she laughed. What makes dark leafy greens so effective is their remarkable nitrate content, which has been studied extensively by researchers at major medical centers, including the Cleveland Clinic. These nitrates work by signaling your blood vessels to relax and expand, effectively creating wider highways for your blood to travel through. Beyond nitrates, these greens provide magnesium, a mineral that many Americans, especially seniors, are deficient in. Magnesium helps regulate blood pressure and supports proper muscle function, including the muscles in your arterial walls. The beauty of greens is their versatility. You can enjoy them in soups during chilly Pennsylvania winters, in refreshing salads during Arizona summers, or blended into smoothies year-round. Even adding a handful of spinach to your morning eggs can make a difference. Not a fan of spinach or kale? No problem. Try milder options like Swiss chard or beet greens, which offer similar benefits without the stronger flavors. Start with small amounts mixed into foods you already enjoy, like adding chopped spinach to your favorite soup recipe, or mixing tender baby greens into pasta dishes. Remember, consistency matters more than quantity when it comes to improving circulation. Next, let's talk about berries, nature's delicious medicine for your blood vessels. Albert, a 77-year-old former accountant from Boston, struggled with high blood pressure that affected his circulation, despite taking medication. His cardiologist suggested adding a cup of mixed berries to his breakfast each morning. "I thought it was too simple to make a real difference," Albert admitted. But after 3 months, his blood pressure readings had improved, and the swelling in his ankles had noticeably decreased. His doctor explained that berries, especially blueberries, strawberries, and blackberries, are packed with anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants that protect and strengthen blood vessel walls. The science behind berries' effectiveness is fascinating. Researchers at Tufts University found that these anthocyanins, which give berries their vibrant colors, help activate enzymes that relax blood vessels and reduce inflammation in the circulatory system. They also help prevent platelets in your blood from sticking together inappropriately, naturally thinning your blood slightly, similar to how a very mild aspirin might work, but without the potential side effects of medication. Beyond improving circulation, regular berry consumption has been linked to better cognitive function in several major studies with older adults, possibly due to improved blood flow to the brain. Fresh berries can be expensive, especially out of season, but Norman from Michigan found that frozen berries work just as well. "I buy them frozen by the bag at Kroger," he shared. "They're picked at peak ripeness and actually retain more nutrients than berries that have been sitting on store shelves. Try adding them to oatmeal, yogurt, or simply enjoying them as a sweet snack after dinner instead of less healthy desserts." For those managing diabetes, berries have a lower glycemic impact than many other fruits, making them an excellent choice for blood sugar management while boosting circulation. The third circulation-boosting food is fatty fish rich in omega-3 fatty acids, particularly salmon, mackerel, sardines, and trout. Marjorie, an 82-year-old grandmother from Seattle, had been experiencing increasingly frequent leg cramps, especially at night. "They would wake me up and I'd have to walk around my bedroom until they subsided," she explained. Her doctor connected these cramps to poor circulation and recommended eating fatty fish at least twice weekly. After about a month of following this advice, Marjorie noticed the night cramps had become much less frequent. "I'm sleeping through the night again, which makes everything better," she said with relief. What makes fatty fish so effective for circulation is their rich content of EPA and DHA omega-3 fatty acids, which help reduce inflammation throughout the circulatory system and prevent the formation of clots that can restrict blood flow. These essential fats also help lower triglycerides and improve the ratio of good to bad cholesterol in your bloodstream. Research from the American Heart Association has shown that regular consumption of omega-3 rich fish is associated with reduced risk of stroke and heart failure, largely due to these circulatory benefits. I understand that not everyone enjoys fish, or perhaps you have dietary restrictions that limit seafood. Clarence from Vermont had this challenge. He wanted the benefits but couldn't stand the taste of fish. His doctor suggested high-quality fish oil supplements as an alternative, though the benefits aren't quite as comprehensive as eating the whole food. For vegetarians, while not identical to fish-based omega-3s, flax seeds and walnuts provide ALA omega-3s that offer some circulatory benefits. If you do enjoy fish but worry about mercury, good news. The varieties highest in beneficial omega-3s, salmon, sardines, herring, tend to be lower in mercury than larger predator fish. How you prepare your fish matters significantly for circulatory benefits. Agnes from Florida learned that frying fish negates many of its health benefits due to the inflammatory nature of the oils typically used for frying. Instead, try baking, grilling, or poaching fish with heart-healthy olive oil and lemon. A simple seasoning of herbs, garlic, and a little salt brings out the natural flavors without adding unhealthy elements that could counteract the circulatory benefits. Before I continue with more remarkable foods that can transform your circulation, I'd like to hear from you. Has your doctor ever discussed circulation issues with you, or have you noticed symptoms like cold hands and feet, swelling in your extremities, or fatigue that might be related to circulatory problems? Your comments help our community learn from each other, and your experiences might be exactly what someone else needs to hear. If you're finding this information valuable, please consider subscribing to our channel for more health insights specifically designed for our generation. Now let's continue with more circulation-boosting foods that you can easily add to your meals. So far, I've shared with you some fundamental foods that can improve your circulation: dark leafy greens, berries, and fatty fish. There's a lot more valuable information I'd like to explore with you. Would you like me to continue with the next points that can really transform your experience with circulation health? Now let's continue with our exploration of circulation-boosting foods that can make a remarkable difference in how you feel every day. The fourth powerful addition to your meals should be beets, nature's circulation miracle workers. Ernest, a 79-year-old former high school coach from Ohio, had been struggling with high blood pressure for years. His medications helped, but he still felt perpetually tired and sometimes dizzy when standing up quickly. His cardiologist suggested adding beets to his diet several times a week. I was skeptical about a vegetable making that much difference, Ernest admitted. But within 3 weeks he noticed he had more energy for his daily walks, and his blood pressure readings had improved as well. What makes beets so powerful for circulation is their exceptionally high nitrate content, even higher than leafy greens. These nitrates convert to nitric oxide in your body, which relaxes and dilates blood vessels, allowing blood to flow more freely to all your tissues and organs. Studies at Wake Forest University have shown that drinking beet juice can lower blood pressure in just a few hours, with effects lasting for up to 24 hours. Beyond nitrates, beets contain betalains, natural compounds with powerful anti-inflammatory properties that help protect the endothelial cells lining your blood vessels. I understand that beets have a distinct earthy flavor that not everyone enjoys. Loretta from Michigan wasn't a fan of their taste, but found that roasting beets with a little olive oil and balsamic vinegar transformed their flavor into something much more palatable. Now I actually look forward to them, she shared. If the taste still doesn't appeal to you, try mixing small amounts of grated raw beets into salads or smoothies where other flavors can mask them. Beet supplements and powders are also available at many pharmacies and health food stores, though whole foods generally provide more comprehensive benefits. The fifth circulation-boosting food is citrus fruits: oranges, grapefruits, lemons, and limes. Stanley, a 76-year-old retired postal worker from Florida, had struggled with easy bruising and slow-healing cuts on his lower legs for years due to poor circulation. His doctor recommended adding more citrus to his daily routine. "I started having half a grapefruit with breakfast and an orange as an afternoon snack," Stanley explained. After about 2 months, he noticed that cuts and scrapes were healing faster, and he wasn't bruising as easily from minor bumps. The circulation magic in citrus comes primarily from their high vitamin C content, which helps strengthen capillary walls and blood vessels. Vitamin C is also essential for the production of collagen, which maintains the integrity of your entire circulatory system. Additionally, citrus fruits contain powerful flavonoids like hesperidin, which research from the University of Florida has shown can improve blood flow and reduce inflammation in blood vessels. The bioflavonoids in citrus help maximize vitamin C absorption and work synergistically to support vascular health. For those managing diabetes, the glycemic impact of citrus is relatively modest compared to many other fruits, especially when consumed whole rather than as juice. If you're on certain medications, particularly some statins and blood pressure medications, check with your doctor about potential interactions with grapefruit specifically. Mabel from Arizona couldn't eat grapefruit due to medication interactions, so she focused on oranges, tangerines, and adding lemon to her water throughout the day. "I think the lemon water has made the biggest difference in how I feel," she noted after making it a daily habit for several months. Our sixth circulation-enhancing food is garlic, an ancient medicinal food used across cultures for thousands of years. Raymond, an 80-year-old grandfather from New Mexico, had been experiencing leg pain when walking even short distances. His doctor confirmed it was related to peripheral artery disease, a common circulatory problem where narrowed arteries reduce blood flow to the limbs. Among several recommendations, increasing garlic in his diet was one of the simplest changes. "I started adding fresh garlic to almost everything I cooked," Raymond said. Within 2 months, he could walk nearly twice as far before experiencing pain. Modern research confirms what traditional medicine has claimed for centuries. Garlic contains compounds that significantly benefit circulation. Allicin, the sulfur compound responsible for garlic's distinctive smell and taste, helps relax blood vessels and has natural blood-thinning properties that improve circulation. Studies have shown that regular garlic consumption can lower blood pressure, reduce arterial plaque, decrease inflammation, and improve circulation throughout the body. Some research from Washington University suggests that the benefits are strongest when garlic is crushed or chopped and left to sit for about 10 minutes before cooking, which allows the beneficial compounds to fully develop. If the strong flavor or odor of garlic is a concern, Edna from Michigan found a workable solution. "I roast whole garlic bulbs until they're soft and caramelized," she explained. "It makes them sweeter and much milder, and I can spread the soft cloves on whole grain toast or mix them into mashed potatoes." For those who can't tolerate garlic or need a more convenient option, high-quality aged garlic supplements are available, though as with most foods, the whole form provides the most comprehensive benefits. The seventh circulation-boosting food group is nuts and seeds, particularly walnuts, almonds, and flax seeds. Bernard, a 74-year-old retired professor from Massachusetts, had been experiencing memory issues that concerned him deeply. His neurologist explained that while many factors affect cognitive function, improved circulation to the brain could help. He recommended adding a handful of nuts daily, particularly walnuts. "I was already dealing with enough health issues that adding something simple like nuts seemed almost too easy," Bernard shared. But after making this small change consistently for several months, he noticed improvements in his recall and mental clarity. His doctor confirmed that better blood flow to the brain was likely contributing to these positive changes. What makes nuts and seeds so beneficial for circulation is their impressive combination of healthy fats, vitamin E, L-arginine, and plant sterols. The omega-3 fatty acids in walnuts and flax seeds help reduce inflammation and improve blood vessel flexibility. Vitamin E acts as an antioxidant that protects blood vessels from damage. L-arginine, an amino acid abundant in most nuts, helps produce nitric oxide, which, as we've discussed, relaxes and widens blood vessels. Research from Harvard Medical School found that people who regularly consume nuts had better cardiovascular markers, including improved blood vessel function and lower inflammation. The key with nuts and seeds is portion control, as their calorie content is relatively high. Hazel from Arizona keeps pre-measured 1-ounce portions in small containers to prevent overindulging. "I keep them in my purse by my favorite chair and in the car, so I always have a healthy snack handy," she explained. For those who find chewing nuts difficult or have dental issues, unsweetened nut butters provide similar benefits, as does ground flaxseed, which can be easily mixed into oatmeal, yogurt, or smoothies. Our eighth circulation-enhancing food is dark chocolate, perhaps the most delightful prescription you'll ever receive. Howard, a 77-year-old grandfather from Pennsylvania, had been experiencing increasingly cold hands and feet, especially during the winter months. His doctor confirmed it was related to reduced peripheral circulation and, among other recommendations, suggested consuming a small amount of high-quality dark chocolate daily. "I thought he was joking at first," Howard laughed. Being prescribed chocolate seemed too good to be true. But after making it a daily habit for several weeks, he noticed his extremities weren't as chronically cold, and he had more energy for his woodworking hobby. The circulation benefits of dark chocolate come from flavonols, powerful plant compounds that help produce nitric oxide in the lining of your arteries, relaxing blood vessels, and improving blood flow. Research from the University of California found that regular consumption of flavanol-rich dark chocolate was associated with improved blood vessel function and slight improvements in blood pressure. These flavonols also help make blood platelets less sticky, reducing the risk of harmful clot formation, similar to the effects of low-dose aspirin but through natural pathways. The important distinction is that these benefits apply specifically to dark chocolate, with at least 70% cocoa content, not milk chocolate or most commercial chocolate candies, which contain minimal cocoa and high amounts of sugar and fat. Geraldine from Arizona made this her afternoon ritual, a small square of high-quality dark chocolate with her tea. "It satisfies my sweet tooth while actually being good for me," she noted. "Knowing it's helping my circulation makes it taste even better." For those watching sugar intake, there are excellent high-cocoa dark chocolate options with minimal or no added sugar available in most supermarkets and health food stores. The ninth and final circulation-boosting food I want to share with you is ginger, a warming spice that has been used medicinally for thousands of years across cultures. Gladys, an 81-year-old grandmother from Minnesota, had been struggling with persistently cold feet, especially during the harsh winter months. "Even with 2 pairs of socks, my feet felt like ice," she explained. Her doctor suggested adding ginger to her daily routine. Skeptical but willing to try, Gladys began having ginger tea each morning and adding fresh ginger to soups and stir-fries. "Within a couple of weeks, I noticed my feet weren't as painfully cold and I had more warmth throughout my body," she shared with surprise. What makes ginger so effective for circulation is its combination of gingerols and zingerone, compounds that stimulate circulation and help blood vessels relax. Research published in the Journal of Cardiovascular Pharmacology has shown that these compounds can reduce blood pressure and improve blood flow, particularly to the extremities. Ginger also has warming properties that can help with Raynaud's syndrome and other conditions where blood vessels in the extremities constrict excessively in response to cold. Beyond circulation benefits, ginger's anti-inflammatory properties may help reduce pain and stiffness in joints, making movement easier and further supporting overall circulation. One of the wonderful aspects of ginger is its versatility. Clarence from Virginia enjoys grating fresh ginger into hot water with lemon for a morning circulation-boosting tea. "It gives me a warm feeling that starts from within," he described. "Much better than just piling on more layers of clothing." Ginger can be added to smoothies, used in marinades for proteins, grated into stir-fries, or taken as supplements if the taste doesn't appeal to you or for more consistent dosing. If using fresh ginger seems daunting, starting with high-quality dried ginger in cooking or ready-made ginger teas can provide many of the same benefits with greater convenience. I hope these 9 circulation-boosting foods have opened new possibilities for improving how you feel each day. What I find most encouraging about these recommendations is that they don't require dramatic lifestyle overhauls or expensive supplements, just thoughtful additions to meals you're already enjoying. Many of my friends have combined several of these foods with remarkable results. Martha from Michigan incorporated dark leafy greens, berries, and dark chocolate into her routine, and noticed that the persistent swelling in her ankles had significantly decreased within a month. Her doctor was impressed with the improvement in her blood pressure readings as well. Remember that consistency matters more than perfection. Eugene from Arizona told me, "I don't manage to include all these foods every single day, but I make sure to get most of them several times a week, and it's made a world of difference in my energy levels." Start with whichever foods appeal to you most or address your specific circulation concerns. Cold extremities might benefit particularly from warming ginger and nitrate-rich beets and greens. Memory fogginess might improve most notably with berries, nuts, and fatty fish that support brain circulation. While food is powerful medicine for your circulation, I would be remiss not to mention the importance of regular movement in supporting these dietary changes. Even gentle walking, seated exercises, or swimming helps pump blood through your system more effectively. Blanche from Florida combines her daily walks with circulation-boosting foods. "I have a handful of walnuts before my morning walk and a cup of berries when I return. It seems to amplify the benefits of both the food and the exercise." I hope these reflections and shared experiences have brought a new perspective on improving your circulation naturally. If any specific food recommendation resonated with you, or if you have other strategies that worked in your journey, please share in the comments below. Each shared story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. If you enjoyed this content, leave your like and consider sharing with someone who might benefit from this information, perhaps a friend or family member who's been complaining about cold hands and feet or fatigue that could be circulation-related. Your participation helps our community grow and allows me to continue creating meaningful content about the challenges and joys of this phase of life. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope to see you again in our next video about natural ways to support joint health as we age.